If you've ever met Julia, you know that she is one of the most caring people you could possibly meet. I met Julia 4 years ago when she came to Baylor, and right then I knew I made a lifelong friend. Julia is joyful and loyal to a fault. She is one of my most wise friends, and I aspire to be more like her each and every day. One thing I admire about Julia is her ability to connect with anyone she encounters. I couldn't introduce Julia fully without telling you that she is one of the best people to build a Lego set with. She's a Fortnite prodigy, and she recently lost her pet Russian dwarf hamster Pookie, may she rest in peace. I'm so excited to hear what she has to say, so please welcome up Julia.
My senior season of lacrosse didn't go exactly how I planned it. The preseason was promising, and I was eager to get out on the field for my last season. However, just before our first game, I took a ball to the head at practice, giving me a concussion. I was disappointed to miss the first few games, but it was just a minor hiccup in the grand scheme of things. After many rounds of Lightning McQueen-themed memory cards in the training room, shout out Wiki, I was happily able to rejoin my teammates again on the field. Then, during just my third game back, I managed to tear a muscle in the back of my knee. Frankly, I'm not sure if I have ever felt more disappointed or frustrated, especially since I had no history of injuries other than my leg injury that I faked in the third grade just to constitute a reason to wear an ace bandage to PE class so I could impress my crush. I felt like my season was gone again the moment it was given back to me. You can see how this is not how I envisioned my season to play out. But I never actually planned to play lacrosse. Since my elementary school days, I was determined to become a pro basketball player. When I came to Baylor, I was excited to shock the girls' basketball team with my hooping skills that I had gotten from my Tuesday, Thursday rec league practices. One can imagine that I got humbled really quickly at that first practice. Anyone that is familiar with my 8th grade basketball career can confirm that there is statistically no hope for me to play in college. However, I will use this opportunity to debunk the rumor that I once shot a layup in a game that came back to hit me in the face. Thanks, Thomas, for starting that one. While I was very supported by the coaches to continue, I thought it might have been in everyone's best interest if I decided to close that door. Although my experience with basketball came to a faster end than I initially expected, it is what caused me to try lacrosse in the first place. I spontaneously decided to join the lacrosse team in 8th grade, and I've been playing ever since. Furthermore, I never even planned to attend Baylor. In fact, I begged my parents not to make me leave my hometown. I had lived in Birmingham for my whole life, and I was determined to stay at the same school I had always gone to, keep my same friends, and accept no change. When my parents told me we would be moving, I could barely forgive them for messing up the life I had drawn up for myself. The disruption of my arrangements for my future filled me with resentment rather than excitement, and it caused me to be blind to the beauty of Baylor and the opportunities that it presented me. Eventually, I was able to appreciate the new path laid out in front of me. In retrospect, joining the Baylor community was one of the best things to ever happen to me. Shout out to Mom and Dad. And I could not imagine my life anywhere else, and I am more than lucky to be a small part of such a special place. So, I circle back to the fact that my senior season took a turn off the path that I imagined. This turn, while not ideal in some ways, gave me a new perspective and appreciation for my sport, teammates, and also being able to walk normally. If all had gone to plan, I wouldn't have been able to get to know Coach Clark better through our daily golf cart rides or grow in gratitude and respect for my school through his example. If all had gone to plan, I would have never even picked up a lacrosse stick or have become close with many of my teammates, who also gave me probably 100 assists last night until I scored on our senior night. If all had gone to plan, I wouldn't be up here speaking to you today. The rigidity of our plans sometimes causes us to take on a tunnel vision that prevents us from seeing broader opportunities. When things don't play out how we want them to, it can be scary, frustrating, or disheartening. But I believe that every roadblock or obstacle happens for a reason. Even if your intentions or objectives go amiss, you are meant to be where you are, who you are, when you are. In the face of these setbacks, whether you didn't get into the school you wanted to, or maybe you didn't get a job you wanted, I encourage you to have faith that every hindrance in your plan can become an open door. So, My advice for you today is to appreciate the details in life. Seniors, I hope you can recall this assurance as we enter this simultaneously exciting and scary new chapter, and remember that you all are the best unexpected blessing I could have ever asked for. I'd like to end with a quote from The Sound of Music, a favorite movie of my granddaddy, who is an irrefutable example of faithfulness in God and his plan. When the Lord closes a door, somewhere he opens a window. Thank you.